to another week of online videos. Hope you're super excited. This week we're on our last week of Joseph, so hope you're super pumped for that and that you listen well. And so let's get our hearing ears on and ready to dance and worship and memorize the memory verse. So yeah, get super pumped, and we're gonna go on to the next thing.
God made me. Wake up in the morning and I wiggle my toes. Oh, I stretch out my arms and I'm scratching my nose. Oh, so I clap my hands, stomp my feet because I love the way that God made me. I move my head and shake my knees because I love the way that God made me.
Hello guys, welcome back. It's Yolanda here, or you can call me Yo. So we're continuing with the story of Joseph, and today I am doing the last one. Whoop whoop! I hope you guys have learned so much from Joseph. I remember when we started with Joseph having dreams, and then his brothers being like, wait, what? You think that you're more important than us? Wow. And then we move forward to when they try to kill him. And then one of his brothers was like, whoa. Let's not kill him. I'm going to come up with a nice plan. Okay, cool. They're like, okay, let's not kill him, but let's sell him to these men. And then they sold him off to these Egyptians, but they didn't know that one of these person from the Egyptians was very important when it came to trading and all these things when he gets to Egypt. So Joseph gets bought by this family, and this family happens to be a royal family, a very important family into the story. So they're like, okay, cool, we'll sell him. They sell him for, let's say, it wasn't a lot of money, but they sold him for that amount of money. And then they go back to their dad. They're like, no, Joseph was killed by an animal. And then they take his clothes and put it up in mud and whatever. And then they told his father that Joseph had died. And this whole time, Joseph is thinking to himself, oh my goodness. So God gave me this dream that I told my family, and I thought my family would support me in this dream. But his family did not take it well. And he's like, wait, what is God's plan? But Joseph was faithful to God's plan. So Pharaoh's wife tried to seduce him. And then he ran away because he knew that God had a plan. So you just see Joseph like, no, please don't do this. And then Joseph gets put into these hectic jobs where he has to work really hard. And every time when he gets to these really hectic jobs, he does really well because he knows that God has a plan for him and that God is going to save him. So he's like, okay, this is all so stressful and whatever. But every time Joseph had a task. He did it, and he was honest, and he knew that God was going to be with him, which is flippin' amazing. So now we are finishing off the story of Joseph. I'm doing the last bit. So Joseph was sold to slavery, and then Potiphar's wife tried to seduce Joseph, and then Joseph was in jail for a bit, and then from jail got out and then was working for this important family. And then just this timeline of Joseph, everything was happening and was really bad. But now we're in this timeline where Joseph is the prince. So he's a prince. So now he has all these people are coming up to him. They're asking him for food, because one of his dreams that he had was that there's going to be a famine. And what a famine means is like, we are going through like a time, like how we are in a pandemic. So it's something similar to that. It's like there is no food. The only people that has the food is the people that been like, let's say like the farmers and stuff. So the farmers, they are the only ones with food. The stores don't have food. The shops everywhere, and the street vendors, there's no food. Only where Joseph works has food. So in our story today, we come back to Joseph's family. So Joseph's family, they all ran out of food, and they're in the land called Canaan. So his brothers, they all leave to go to Egypt, where Joseph is at. And they go and they go and they go and they go and meet this prince. And then prince is sitting on a throne and declaring who gets to have food, who doesn't, and how much, because he has to be in charge of distributing the food so that it saves them for the next 5 years, because that's how long the famine is going to go. So, okay, cool. So Joseph's brothers, they come and they bow down and they like, we are from this land, from Canaan, and there's no food. We've been struggling. There's famine. And then they're like, okay. And then the prince is like, Joseph's like, brothers, it's me. And they like, wait, what? This is Joseph. And then when they notice that this is Joseph, they then become so afraid, because they're like, wait, if this is Joseph, we are not going to get food. Firstly, we sold him and we treated him badly. Oh my goodness, we are not going to get food. We're going to starve. And they feel really bad, because they did not trust Joseph's dream, and they did not trust what God was going to do in Joseph's life. And they were a little bit jealous. So Joseph gets so excited. It's like, brothers, it's me. And then he comes in and he embraces them and is like, I'm so happy to see you. And he tells them, don't worry, had you guys not, so this is very weird. So Joseph says, had you guys not sold me from slavery, none of this would have happened. So don't feel bad. All of that stuff that had to happen, it was part of God's plan. And the brothers are like weeping. They're like, oh, so sorry. And it's this big, beautiful family reunion. And then Joseph's like, okay, cool. They tell Joseph that they're running out of food and whatever. And then Joseph's like, wait. Go and call my father and tell him I'm alive. So they go back to the land of Canaan. And then as they're on their way, they go tell Joseph's father that Joseph is alive. And then Joseph's dad is like, yeah, that's so great. That's amazing. And then he's like, I need to go to Joseph because he's really old. So the timeline is like Joseph has been away from his family for like 23 years. And his dad is like super, super old. So he goes to Joseph and he's like so happy to see Joseph. And it's this beautiful family reunion. And the father is so overjoyed. He's like, okay, cool. My son is home. He can die a happy man, because he was very sad when Joseph was away. So when he thought that Joseph had died. So in this entire story, we see that God was always with Joseph, even when like things did not look like they were going according to the plan. Because remember, Joseph was going to be, so in his dream, he dreamt that everybody was bowing down to him. But the storyline all the way there just did not make sense. No one was bowing down to him. He got sold to slavery. Potiphar's wife accused him of having an affair, got thrown in jail. So many bad things happened. So he was not thinking, oh, this is part of God's plan. No, but we see God rescuing Joseph and Joseph being faithful to God. So that's today's story. I hope you guys are having a very lovely day. And remember that God is in our lives and He has a plan for each and every one of you. It might not seem like it right now because so many bad things are happening or so many things that does not seem like part of God's plan, but they are. Just like how in Joseph's life, things did not look like they were working for Joseph, but they were because they were part of God's plan. So remember, God is working in your life too. He is, and He loves you guys so much, and He wants to hear all of those things, those small things that like happen during the day. Easily just go up to Him and tell Him and be like, hey God, it doesn't seem like you have a plan for me. Can you please help me? And He will help you. That's how much He loves all of you guys. So I hope you guys are blessed by today's talk, and I'll see you guys. Bye.
Hi Blaze, Tediwa here. This week's memory verse comes from Genesis chapter 50, verse 20. From the story of Joseph, after he had been thrown in a ditch and sold into slavery by his brothers because they were jealous of him and the dreams he had, he still had the courage to say this for what God was doing in his life. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. So again, this week's memory verse comes from Genesis chapter 50, verse 20. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives.
Hey guys, welcome. That was such an amazing show. We had word, we had some music, the Joseph story, which has been so awesome, like witnessing what God is doing in Joseph's life. Like bit by bit, he was with Joseph throughout the way, and God's plan for Joseph, it was amazing. There were twists and turns, so many things that happened. I've enjoyed this series. I hope you guys did too. So all I have to say now is goodbye and see you on the next series. And I hope you guys stay tuned, eh? See you soon. And I hope you guys come visit us in person when you guys have the chance, because we have some awesome stuff. We have Blaze and Eternity, and even more, like we have fun games. We have so many things in store for you guys. If you are comfortable with being in person with us, you guys are welcome. Cheers.